Yo, what's up? Welcome back to Table of Entrepreneurs, man. And today we'll be talking about how to buy stocks. So stay tuned. First off, let me start by saying that buying stocks isn't as complicated as you all may seem. There are some things that you want to do, such as learn some of the lingo, terms, and actually do a little bit of research. Now, to buy stocks, you'll first need a brokerage account, which you can set up in about 15 minutes, right? Once you've added money to an account, you can follow the steps, select to invest into an individual company, or you can invest into an ETF, which is an electronic traded fund, or index, or whatever it is that you want to invest into. Now, if you want to buy some stocks, I do recommend that you all do the research on the stocks before you purchase them. Keep in mind, I am not a financial advisor. I can't tell you what to do with your money, how to spend your money, where to spend your money, when to spend your money, and if not to spend your money. That's something that you must do on your own, and this video is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not responsible or accountable for any gains or losses that you may incur. So once you've identified the companies that you want to invest into, I highly recommend that you take some time to do some research, and some of the ways that you can do that is under brokerage that you select itself. So what you do, start with the company's annual report, specifically management's annual letter to shareholders. That'll give you some information as far as how that stock has been performing in the past year. The letter will give you a general narrative of what's happening with the business and provide context for numbers in the report, right? So the company will really break it down and explain it to you on what it is, right? Also consider the SEC filing, which is a Securities Exchange Commission filings. Also, you can look at a conference call transcript or the quarterly earnings update and recent news of that actual company. Now, whatever brokerage that you decide to invest into, most of them, a lot of them, if not all of them, have tutorials on how you can use the tools within that brokerage account. So some of the brokerages that you can use are TD Ameritrade. They have no fees per trade. Webull has no fees per trade. Also, TD Ameritrade has no account minimum, so absolutely $0. Webull has no account minimum, so obviously $0. TD Ameritrade does not offer any type of promotions for signing up, creating an account, or anything like that. Whereas if you go down to my description below, you'll find a link to Webull and you get yourself some free stocks just by depositing your first $100. The next thing you'll want to do once you have all that stuff set up, you deposit your initial deposit, you want to consider about how many shares of that company that you want to buy, of the company that you're interested in. This really will come down to how much money you have and what you can afford, right? There are some brokerages out there that allow you to do fractional shares, so you can consider doing fractional shares. What fractional shares is, a fractional share allows you the opportunity to buy a portion of a company that maybe you can't afford a full share in. For example, Google. Google is known for having, pretty pricey stocks. Amazon is also known for having pretty pricey stocks. So if you can't afford to buy the full price of those stocks, some brokers allow you to do what's called fractional shares. So some of those brokerages are SoFi Active Investing, Robinhood, and Charles Schwab, right? There are plenty more out there. So do your own research. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. This video is just for entertainment purposes only, and I just want to share some of the knowledge that I have with you all. So many brokers offer a tool that convert the dollar amount to the number of shares that you'll get, right? So let's say if you want to invest $500 and you want to know how many shares you can get based off of that $500, there's an algorithm that they have within the brokerage account that you plug that in and it'll tell you how many shares you can get. Even if it's a fractional share, based off of how much money you invest, it will tell you how much of that share you will get, even within the fractions. The next thing you want to do is choose your stock order type, right? Here are some terms and definitions. I'm going to read these off verbatim. So the ask price. The ask is for buyers, the price that sellers are willing to accept for the stock. The bid is for sellers, the price that buyers are willing to pay for the stock. The spread is the difference between the highest bid price and the lowest ask price. A market order is a request to buy or sell a stock as soon as possible at the best available price. We're going to talk about the stop or stop loss order. So once the stock reaches a certain price, the stock price or stop level, a market order is executed and the entire order is filled at the prevailing price. Then we have the stop limit order. When the stock price is reached, the trade turns into a limit order and is filled up to the point where specified price limits can be met. Another thing to keep in mind is that the bid-ask price does fluctuate. So if you decide to do a market order, just understand that there's a window in which your order may be purchased if you decide to do a market order. So a market order is best for buy and hold investors. So individuals that want to buy and hold for the long term and will not be coming back every couple of weeks, every couple of days, every couple of months to look at the stock and its performance and are emotional about, pulling their money out. A market order could be potentially good for the long-term investors. Limit order. A limit order gives you control over the price at which your trade is executed. So if XYZ stock is trading at $100 a share and you think is best at $95 or that you can actually get it at $95, then you'll put a limit order in at a price of $95. And when that stock drops to that, then your order will be fulfilled. Limit orders are good tools for investors who are buying and selling small companies who tend to experience wider trade spreads. Additional conditions that you can place a limit order on and control how long the order will remain open. Some of those things are what's called AON, all or none. Another thing is called GFD, which is good for the day. Then we also have GTC, which is good to close. So AON, all or none order will be executed only when all the shares you wish to trade are available at the time you purchase. A good for day order will exercise at the end of a trading day, even if the order has not been fulfilled. Good to cancel order remains in play until the customer pulls a plug on the order or the order expires. That could be anywhere from 60 to 120 days. So consider optimizing your stock portfolio. Look into creating an actual diverse portfolio, right? There's a bunch of other tools that you can go out there and look at, Google, do some research on your own. I highly encourage it. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. This video is only for entertainment purposes only, and I just want to help share the knowledge that I have to you, right? But there are some risks that does come with having all your money into one stock. Now, if you're just now starting out, you don't have very much money to invest into multiple different stocks, then there's a difference that maybe you will want to invest the majority of your money into, one or two different stocks, depending on how much money you have. Now, the quantity of the shares that we talked about earlier, it's kind of up to you based off of how much money you have to invest. A good rule of thumb, if you can afford to get 100 or more, to get 100 or more, right? A lot of times you'll see higher growth with, a higher quantity of stocks than you would with 1 and 2. All right. Hey, listen, I appreciate you guys for stopping by here at Table of Entrepreneurs, man. It's always my pleasure. And again, I'll see you guys in the next video.